Okay, so I'm in. Everything seems to be working out okay. I'm just going to double check the sound before I begin here. And then we can get things started. Okay, so I'm in. Everything seems to be working out okay. Okay, perfect. All set and ready to go. Okay, so I don't think anybody's in yet right now, from what it looks like in viewer count, but I will just wait a minute or so to see if anybody filters in, since it is just 6:30. But what I'm going to be just to kind of explain, I have two games that I'm going to play today. One game is called Gridcannon, or at least that's what I know it as. This is based on Gridcannon. So this is essentially an app that somebody came out with. This is a game that you can play with a standard deck of cards. The reason why I wanted to start out with this one is I wanted something that people could play and learn with a standard deck of cards that would be really easy, and it's a solitaire game. And to me, it's better than standard solitaire because it engages your mind a lot more than that basic game does. So what I want to do is I'm going to play this game first. And I know there's going Gridcannon Evolution, I think, which is the image I used in my thumbnail. That will be out, coming out on Steam on some point. It's definitely not needed, though. Like I said, this game can be played with a standard deck of cards, you sitting at a table and just playing. It's nice. The reason why I'm doing this with this app instead of Tabletop Simulator is I wanted it to be partially automated, so it would run a lot faster. And I feel like people looking at it will understand it a lot quicker. So if you're trying to learn how to play this game, I'm going to be kind of explaining how to play as I play, so you can kind of get the hang of it. When I get done with Gridcannon, then I'm going to switch over and I'm going to play on Tabletop Simulator with the Star Trek, the dice game, because I've wanted to play that for a while, so I'm going to play that for a little bit, and we'll see where that leads me. So let's get started here with what's called Card Cannon, but it's the same thing. It's Gridcannon, which is the game. So I'm going to start a single player experience. So when you're setting up the game, you have 54 cards in your deck. The version that I played didn't have health, and you'll see how that comes into play later. But what you're going to do is you're going to draw a card and put them in the inside grid of the 3x3. You're going to leave the middle section blank, and then all face cards just get set off to the side. So that's our face card that sets off the side. Oh, we got two of them right away. 3. Okay, we have our first non-face card. Basically, from my explanation, from what I learned, is you're just supposed to fill it out left to right, top to bottom. So I'm not allowing myself to put it in any specific spot because that might be considered cheating. I'm not sure. So it lets me do it, but I'm not going to. Okay, so here we go. Now that I have placed the non-faced cards down, then I place all the face cards. So the face card, so I'm putting down the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is going to end up next to the largest heart. So if you see 7 of Hearts is the largest in the center, so I get to pick what side it goes to. So there's kind of rules in here, and I'll explain why I'm placing stuff in certain spots. But right now, this would be a good spot, but not a great spot. This is much better. The reason being is basically, as I place this down, you'd see, so in number counting, jacks, queens, and kings are 11, 12, and 13. And so what we're trying to do in this game is you line up, so in this case I have a 7 and a 3. Their total value is 10, and it shows that here on the bottom below the queen, and on the top shows her health at 12. So what's going to happen is if I put something over in this 2 spot, it's going to shoot the value of this card and this card at this card. So if I would put that down, it wouldn't do anything to the queen. I need a total of 12 points or more to be able to kill her. So I would need to upgrade this 3 to a 5 or whatever to be able to do that. And when I place a card there, it shoots it. Kings require both suits. So like if I had the King of Hearts, this would have probably been a better placement for that. But kings deal with the suit. Queens deal with the color, and then jacks can be anything. So you don't have any strict requirements with that. So let's place the king out. So the king, in this case, king takes 13. That's a very high value. I think I'm going to place it over here to give myself opportunity. And as you can see, only 6 is on this bottom, and that's because this 7 does not match the suit. King of diamonds, only spot is there. Queen. Okay, so here's a perfect example. So there is no other diamond for me to place the queen next to. It jumps to the highest of the other colored suit. If that doesn't happen, then it gets placed in the highest of the black colored suit. So in this case, I'm going to place the queen up there. So everything's set for the game to begin. So that was the setup of the game. So now I basically draw one card and I get to place it. And what's great about this is it shows you where you can legally place it. So looking at this, I want to try to not raise the values of some of these spots too much, because if I can't place a card legally, I'll show you what happens, because it most likely will. It basically becomes a problem for me. So I don't want to make these spots all too high. I don't have anything in this corner. So I might put it here because it's only a 4. But I think I might go over this 4 instead, because there's nothing there and I don't have to worry about it, because eventually I do need to place over that 4 to kill that king. So I place it, it's done, it shows that I have 2 cards in that spot, and I draw another one. Okay, aces are great. Aces clear a location to make it easier to place. Right now, the only thing that would be a problem would be this 8. So I'm going to clear it and let the 8 go back. Now, what's great about this is if I clear a spot with an ace or a joker, I get that back in my deck, because all cleared cards go to my deck. So, so I drew a 9 of spades. Now that'll definitely raise up the value of a certain area. Right now, I don't want to put it down here, up here, or over here. I don't really have a great spot for it, and I don't want to put it in the middle because that's my safe bet in case I can't go anywhere else. So I guess I'll just raise up this 5 to a 9. And then if I get another, like a king of spades, you know it's definitely going to go right over here. Oh, another ace. Well, I'm getting actually too lucky right now, because this could be bad if I let too many aces sit out there. I'm just going to refresh the ace so that another one goes back into my deck. Let's see, 5 of diamonds. I'm going to put that here so that way I'm lined up this way for diamonds. So right now I have only 12, so I need to bring one of these up just a little higher. So I'm looking for a little bit higher of a diamond. Queen of clubs, it can only go there. Okay, 10 of diamonds. That's fantastic. So here's the thing. So 10 is the highest that you can put in the center spots. So I really want to put it here to basically take out this king. But the problem is if I do put this here, it's going to be really impossible to kill this king because I need to clear this with an ace. So right now, I think I'm going to put it here in case I get a jack of clubs, so I can put that next to this ace possibly. So I'm going to put this in the center for now, and I can clear that later if I need to. So right now this king's got 17 damage if I attack him by putting something here, which is very easy to do. Wow. And he's ready to go too if I put something over here, so that's perfect. Let's see. Okay, I got 4 spades. Where do I want to go with that? I guess I'll just cover up the 4 of clubs since it doesn't raise its value. So that's good. Oh, 6 of hearts. Okay, this is going to be good. So I'm going to go here, which is going to be good for me in 2 ways. One, it'll shoot the cannon off at this king and kill him. The next thing is it will raise the value on this queen up, which makes her basically destroyed when I place there. So I'm going to place right here, and you can see it shot off. The cannon shot at the king and killed him. So now what's great is this spot now does not need to remain a diamond because I don't have to deal with that king anymore. So I can easily change this to a club to take out this king. Let's see, 6 of diamonds. Actually, going here isn't a bad idea because he doesn't need the suit and she doesn't need the suit either. She's only looking for color, so that's a good spot for that. Okay, perfect. So this will take out care of the queen over here if I place this too. Makes things a little bit easier for me. Gotta love all that the blood trails there. Okay, king coming in. We're gonna place the king over here. Yeah, that's probably a better bet. Oh, Joker. Okay, I can clear out a slot. What spot do I want to clear? The queen's there right now, so that's fine. That's good. I'm going to clear this 7 and fire that way. So that'll take care of him, and that spot got cleared out, so I can put whatever I need there. King Spades coming out. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Now I wish I would have cleared this 10, but at least now that I have that, I can clear it without worries, because vertically, I don't need that 10 anymore. Let's see, 2 of clubs. Wouldn't be bad here, because I do need to build this up to get stronger. You know what? I'll go over here in this ace, because aces can still go on jokers, so I'm going to go over here to work this direction. 6 of spades. King doesn't need it, but I can just use it to replace the 6, so it's not in my way. 5 of hearts. Well, I definitely need to make hearts higher for this king, so I'll just put this here for now. Ace, good, I can clear an area. So I'm going to want to clear this 10 to clear out the spot, so that way I can easily see what's going on here with this king. If you guys have any questions, who's ever watching right now, please just, I have the chat open. I can respond if you have questions about stuff about this game, but I'm kind of trying to explain it as I go through. But I'll answer anything that you got. So I'm placing this ace right here in the center to clear this out, because that'll be good for me. Throws the 10 back in there, so I can use that later if I need to use it for the queen or something over here. Okay, 9 of clubs. This is perfect. So I definitely want to put this over here above this 6, because now that makes them both higher, so I can use a lesser value in these other spots. Let's see, 9 of hearts. 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Okay, if I put it here, this will be good for me, because then the king, it'll be over the points in the king. So if I get anything red over a 7, I can put it here to help me take care of this queen. Okay. I really don't need this right now. I've been getting perfect setup for aces. But I really don't need it. Because this is good, this is good. This is fine. Maybe I should clear this out. It'll be easier, and it'll kill the king right away. Oh, I wish I had one more point here, because I could do a double kill. Okay, taking that one out. Ooh. We're going to go... Yeah, I think I'm going to go here with the jack, because jacks are easy to take care of, even though I might want to go this way, but I think the queen of spades will be better here, because she's already set up. Let's see, 3 of spades. That won't work for him. That won't be enough for him. I'll put it right here in the center ace, because then all I need to do is... Oh, that wasn't enough. That's right. I need 3 more, not 2 more. Okay, I'll put the jack across from there. 2. Don't know what to do now. Guess I'll just cover up this 2 with the other 2. 7. Perfect. I can put this here, and that'll work for the jack and the king, pushing them both over where they're supposed to be at. So that's really good for me. Darn, this queen just... Okay, so I would love to place this 9 here to help this queen, but at the moment, this isn't a really good placement for that. I don't really have a good spot for this 9, so I'm going to put it in a wasted spot here, because everything this way, and this way is taken care of. 8. Well, if I put that here, oh, it won't attack the king. I guess I'm going to put it here for now. I need to start clearing off some space. Yeah, this is bad for me. I'll just place it up here for now. I might have to clear this later. Oh, 10 of spades. That's going to be hard to kill that jack, but I can always clear that too if I have to. You know what? I should put it right here because that'll help me. Oh, I won't be able to kill the king. Maybe I'll just put it right here in the center. That way it boosts up both of them. So they're both now over their amount. Whew, that's not good. Well, he's already triggered because oh yeah, okay. We're okay. We're okay. I thought I was getting a little overboard there with it, but let's see here. Spade here. Okay, so if I place this here, the queen will like it, and it'll kill that king. So I'm going to shoot the king, and the queen is in line having 16 total damage if I place anything there. So that's really good for me, but this is bad for the queen because I need red. And a black 10. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this black 10 over this black 9. What that's going to do is that's going to kill the jack because he's already at 12 out of 11. And that places the king and the queen in a more secure place to be killed themselves. Right now, I have a lot of high cards on the board. I have a lot of 9s, 8s, and 10s. This is really bad for me, so I better start coming along some of those aces, like, real quick. Okay. I'm going to go here with this because the queen just needs color. So I'm going to place this, which will shoot the queen on the bottom. So that's great. Oh, I still had another. Yeah, okay, and that's already set up. So all I have to do is place something above an 8, which is very difficult. Okay. Oh, man, this is horrible for me right now. Okay, we're getting to the point where I'm going to struggle to place cards. If I get any more low cards, I am boned. So I have to place this here. That's the only spot for it, which does a double kill, which is great because it killed the king, because that's 18, and this is 17 killing that one. So that was a great placement. I'm still worried about what's coming up. Okay. Let's see here. Can't do anything there. Okay, I'm going to place this 8 over this other 8, which is going to shoot the queen down there, which is 14 out of 12 damage. So she's gone. So I got 10 cards to deal with these last 2. So I'm hoping to get a couple resets so I can clear some spots out so I can place whatever I want in there to do damage. Because right now, this needs to be cleared out so I can shoot this jack. And then this needs to be turned to a red so I can kill that queen. Oh, okay. So here's a perfect example of what happened. So a 3 came up. I cannot place a 3. Either I can take the damage of the card, or I can add it on to one of these cards to add armor. So instead of taking like penalty, which is what the health is, you make the card stronger. So looking at it right now, the jack has 11 health, and I can hit it for 17. So me putting this 3 armor just makes him 14. I already hit that, so I'm not too concerned. So I think that's a really nice way that the game designer for this game built that in. So like if you don't want to be like, oh, I won, but I had this penalty, you're making the game harder for yourself, but you still have a chance of winning without a penalty. Oh, this is where it becomes interesting. So I'm going to put another 3 on the jack. Oh, God, that's... Oh, can I not do that? Yeah, okay. So now it's 17 out of 17. So it's cutting it real close, which is not good. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm getting boned right now. Okay, there was a lot of resets at the beginning, so that's why. So I'm going to put this 4 on top of this queen, hoping to get a 6 or more in this spot when I switch it to red. Okay, Joker reset time. So I'm going to go here to reset, and that should, I think there's an, I know there's aces here, but that loses this from being 17. So I have to do this and take out that jack. So I only have one row to worry about yet. So these two both need to be cleared, but I know I have multiple aces. So we're going to throw this 8 over here because I need a red 8 or more. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to clear this spot because this row has aces in it, so I know I have another ace. So let's throw this 7 here. So I have 17, so I'll kill that queen. We'll put this 5 over by the other 5. Put this 10. Yeah, we'll put this 10 right here. It doesn't. Ooh, yeah. I can go down here. If I place this 10 on top of this other 10, it'll fire this way and kill the queen. Boom. Awesome. Okay. So that was Gridcannon. It's a lot to take in at first when you first start to play. But you start to see the strategy develop and the way to manipulate the board to help you out, which is why I really like this game. If you're just like, oh, I'm going to play some solitaire, and you sit down and play, this is the game that I would want to play from now on instead of playing regular solitaire. It doesn't have cool, like with basic deck of cards, you're not going to have the cool like cannon noise and the stuff and all that. But visually, it's a very interesting game. And it also has a lot of like interest in how to set things up and strategy in your brain. So this is a great game, and I really like it. And that's kind of why I wanted to play it, just to kind of share it, so that anyone who's like, oh, hey, how do I play Gridcannon? Or like, hey, you said you had a good solitaire game for me, so they could look it up and watch this and play with it. So it's super interesting. It's very fun. But now I'm going to move on to the second game. If you guys do want to see more Gridcannon from me and you want me to play a little bit more, let me know. Comment, tell me in person, whatever. Just let me know because I find it a very enjoyable game. Okay, so that was Gridcannon. And now I need to launch Tabletop Simulator. And I don't remember what monitor I have as my primary for this. Display settings. I make that my main monitor. Oh god, what monitor did I send you guys to? Okay, you're at the same one. Okay, yeah, I forgot that when I switch monitors that way, I need to do that. So let's launch Tabletop Simulator so we can get playing some Star Trek the Dice game. Okay. Okay, so this Star Trek the Dice game is a free print and play game. I don't we don't have the rights to Star Trek, all that jazz, but it's a free game. Where is it on my list here? There it is. Okay. It's a free game that you can play online through Tabletop Simulator, or you can find the files, which I do have because I'd eventually like to make a print copy of this. But there's a print and play copy online for free. So to explain this game, because I'm going to probably be playing from now, so 7 till about 8:30. I probably will not finish all the 5 years of the game. But it's going to be enough for people to get the taste of, as well as for me to kind of understand, what the game entails, and if I want to spend the time to print it out, which I'm going to, because I think I already like it from what I've seen. Okay, so here's the deal: this original Star Trek theme, so it's it's got the original NCC 1701 Enterprise on it. It's got all the insignias for each of the different stations and so on. You have your hull value and your shield value down here on the ship. You're going to have a spot for a mission card, which I'll get to in a second. And then over here is, I forget what they call this, the year card. So you can make your year easy, medium, hard, and Kobayashi Maru, which is a Star Trek reference, of course. Let's flip this around. Medium and easy. Okay, so we're gonna play easy because this is the first time I'm actually sitting down and playing this. And so this is the most important thing that we're gonna go through right here. Is we're gonna be moving a cube down this row to trigger stuff and figure out effects and all that kind of thing. Why don't we just jump into it, and I'll explain as we go, because trying to jump through all this and explain it all, and it might not even come up. So starting off, easy, 10. So our dilithium crystal reserves start at 10. Every single round that we play, this slowly moves down. If we ever hit 0, draw an event card, and we discard the mission. So we fail the mission. And I'm not sure what that means in total. We'll see if it comes up. If I need to, I can always check the rules. They're all right here. Okay. But basically, we don't want to fail the mission. Our goal is to complete each mission that comes up in a timely manner. So that's going to be our focus. So let's start out. But yeah, we're in year 1. Right now, there's no effect in the year. So there's no effect going on. We don't have to worry about that. Okay. So we skip over this to deplete the reserve because there's nothing going on. When there's a mission, we deplete it. When there isn't, it stays at full. We're going to refresh the mission. So if we have a mission, we're good. But if we don't have a mission, we draw one. So let's flip this over and pop this down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a blue marker because the color is very different. And I'm going to show what we've completed by putting this over the top of the current one we're at. So right now we haven't completed anything, so I'm going to leave that right there. The mission card says M, which you'll see in a second on the thing. Draw event, and then it tells you all the different things going on. These down here we can only complete once per turn. So I need to grab out another one of we'll grab out another one of these. So right now we refresh missions, and now we get to activate M actions, which is happening right now. So it says draw an event. That's the only action that we have available. So we're going to draw an event, and I'm going to place that event right down here. So all the events will be easy for us to see. This one says alien entity, place the first sec from reroll. So that would be security, because they have the short names for them over there on the right hand side. Place the first security from roll call each turn on this card. M, inflict 1 damage per security. So that's a pretty brutal and mean event. I don't like that. We're going to try to get rid of that right away. Deployment, roll call. I love that. That's a great name for it. Well, basically, we're going to pick up all the dice, and we're going to roll. Okay, so that's what we... Wow, this dice is definitely cocked. You can see that, right? We're going to just re-roll this 1 die. Oh, God, I wish it would say on that result, but roll. Okay. Okay, so this is possibly bad for me. We'll see how this goes. So, first of all, we place them in their slots on the ship. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Science. And as you can see, there's limited slots. So if you get too much, it just goes back to quarters. So we have 2 security and command. Okay. So then we report for duty, which is doing what I just did. I place them. Then we get to deploy them where we want. Oh, I forgot to do this. There are 3 development cards flipped out at the beginning of the game. Oh, you know what? I did not shuffle any of these decks. So that's lovely. Okay. Let's do this for when we get to our second mission. Okay. Okay, Montgomery Scott dilithium deposit, and booster sensors. Okay, so this asked for the first security. So it gets 1 security. Oh my gosh. Card. Straighten out. Dice. Stay on card. There we go. It didn't like being on an angle. So that place 1 security from roll call each turn. So I put 1 there. So first thing, I get to place all these dice wherever I want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this command and I'm going to place it down here. Because I want to get rid of this card, because this is just going to give me 1 damage every turn. And if I'm right, my shields were actually supposed to start at 0 at the beginning of the game. So what I'm going to do with that, because even though I'd love to do this, I'm going to take one of these scanners and put it into quarters to spend it. So science challenge, you can do a science challenge, or raise and lower shields. And that is not 1 increment at a time. I did look it up in the rules to double check because I thought it was cheap that you can go from 0 to 5 with 1 dice. But you can, for whatever reason. So I'm going to use 1 to go raise my shields up all the way. Then I think that's pretty good. Clear 2 THR. What is that? The clear sensor action clears 2 THR. That's lovely. Acronyms. What is rule 2? Do they have all the acronyms somewhere? I would love if they did. That would just be really great. Because I might need to look that up, or I might not use it at all. Or I could always just clear the card and put a different one there if I don't know it. Well, I might just skip past it because it might be easier than me trying to figure that out, because I don't know what THR would stand for. Okay. So anyways, we're just gonna toss this one off to the side and not worry about it for now, and grab out a different one because I don't know what that meant. What does this one say? Prevent damage from 1 source. Discard. Nice. Okay. I would love to do that, but I don't have the command to do that because I spent it down here. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I can't change anything into command. Okay. Well, it's still the beginning of the game, but I want to stop myself from getting inflicted with too much damage, but I also want to complete my mission. So I need engineering. So engineering, so my mission down here says travel to engineering. So to complete that, I need to put 2 engineering on this card. What that'll do is that will complete this one, my number 1. So that way that is completed, and I can complete one of those every single turn. I can't, like right now, if I had 2 security, I could not put it on there. I could put 1 on there next turn if I only had 1, but yeah, that's sort of the bad thing about that. I don't have anything in here that I really love, so I might track. Ooh, I like Montgomery Scott's so good. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, I'm gonna put 1 die up here by Montgomery Scott. No, not in the center. We'll just go right. Wow, that grid placement's really weird. Okay, I'm gonna put 1 die up there so I can slowly work on this over time. What else can I do? I can turn that to science. Science doesn't do anything for me right now. Medical doesn't do anything for me right now. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I have 2 medical and a science, and they are not doing anything for me right now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to turn those 3 into a command die. So this command die over here, because I want to fix that so I don't receive damage. So what I do is I got to stack this on top of it, and I grab the 3rd one and I set. Oh no, I don't know how to set it in its spot. Give me a 6. Give me a 6. There we go. I got a 6. Okay, so I put it up top here. I'm going to grab the whole stack, and I'm going to place it on this card. So that way it's completed. I got 1 security left. I can't do anything with that. Security can be used for that or clearing scanners, and we had no scanners. So this is just wasted, so I put it back in quarters. Okay, so I deployed all my dice. Cleanup, return crew and dice to quarters. So these would go back to quarters now that I completed that mission. This one up here will stay there because this card is not complete. It's locked in place, so I cannot do anything with it there. This down here, because I was able to clear this by finishing it, this all gets cleared and goes back. If I didn't clear it and I was stuck here, both of these dice would stay until that got cleared. So both those go back to quarters. This die and this die does too. And then it says discard completed missions. This is not a mission. This is an event. That's next though. So I completed 1 of the 4 things in the mission. Then discard events. So I get to discard this event. And then claim completed development. So up here, I did not complete any of those, so I don't get any of those. I'm hoping to maybe get this one this next turn. We'll see what I roll. And then that's the end of the turn. So we kick back up to the beginning, deplete crystal reserves. So we go from 10 to 9 because I do have a mission in front of me. Refresh mission. That doesn't matter because the mission's already here. Activate M actions. So the M action is draw an event. So every turn I'll be drawing event with this one. So flip, rotate. Okay, we got Alien Parasite. If there is no crew dice in this space, add 1 from quarters. So 1 die gets pulled from quarters and gets put down here. So for me to get this dice back, I have to spend 2 medical to take care of this guy who's got an alien parasite. He's a security officer because that's how it works on the original series. Okay, let's go to roll call. So let's highlight our dice and roll. Okay, perfect. Let's put everything in their slots so I know what I'm looking at. Okay, so I have not talked about scanners yet, so I'm going to talk about that here in a second as soon as I'm done placing dice. Oh, and I have no medical. That's hilarious. Gotta love it. Okay, so scanners are horrible things to have. What happens is if they get all the way up to 4, or you have an event that blocks it and takes up spaces, and you fill it out. If you max out scanners, an event is drawn, and scanners are refreshed back to quarters. But scanner slots hold dice until the end. So until it's full or until you clear them. And the security dice, 1 security dice can take 1 scanner. So it's really nice to, if you get multiple security, to clear all your scans every turn so that way you're always getting your dice back. But the problem is you're wasting both of those dice because you could be using security for other things, like challenges. But the scanners are just a wasted die at this point. So right now, 1, not too bad out of 2 turns. I'm okay with that. So I would like to deal with this alien parasite, but I do need to worry about my mission first. So I'm going to go and start deploying my dice. So I need 2 security. So even though I want to get rid of that scanner, I'm going to place my 2 security down here to start combat with the avert diplomatic crisis. So I'm trying to avert a diplomatic crisis. I traveled. I did some combat. So now next turn I will try to influence, and then I can do deployment. So right now I completed that one, so I'm good there. Sorry, zoomed in. So right now, this card, Corbinite Maneuver, prevent damage from one source. I think that will be very useful later, and command is like a wild. I can use it for anything, but if there's something that's straight up command, you know it's going to be really useful. So I'm going to go and place into there. I have 2 science. Science right now doesn't do me too much good, but I can convert 2 into a medical, which would be very nice for me. Engineering, I could place them up here to start getting Montgomery Scott, but that's going to be dangerous for me here eventually. So let's see here. I think I am going to use because the engineering can be used for challenges or repair hall. Right now we're doing good, so I need to focus on deployments right now for this. What is this one? Add 3 crystal. Oh yeah, that's useless for me right now. It could be very good later. So I'm going to place these down up here. So now all I need is 2 security next turn to clear that out. And I really want... Science is really difficult because I could change it to 2 medical. So the next turn I get a medical, but I'm only going to get 1, 2, 3 dice next turn if I do that, which is horrible. So I think I'm just going to eat it and not do it, and these can both go over here because I'm worried about not having enough dice on my turn to do anything. Plus, if I fill up scanners, I'll eventually get them back, but if I don't even have enough to get scanners, I think I just lose. There's got to be something in the rules for that. I haven't looked at that. Okay, so clean up. Return crew dice to quarters minus scans. So scans stay out there. I'm going to leave the ones on the cards so that I show that they're complete. Discard completed missions. So the mission's not complete, but I did complete the task, so these go back. Discard completed events. This event is still going on, so I did not complete it, so that keeps that die. Discard claim completed deployments. So I have this one here. I will place that down here as something that I completed, and then the die goes back into the center. Now that that's done, we go back to deplete crystal reserves. So I do that. Refresh mission. Mission is good. I don't have to worry about it. Activate M. So I get to draw an event. So let's flip that over and see what's going on. Scanner malfunction. Place a token on one scanner section of the board to block it. So I block that scanner section, which means that the other... So basically now an event will trigger if I only have 3 scans as dice. So it definitely ramps up the difficulty with that. So that's something I do want to get rid of at some point here, but that one's not horrible for me. Okay, then that was the M events. Roll call. So let's roll these 5 dice that I have, and let's hope no scans come up. Oh, I got one. Ooh. Okay, whoops. There we go. Scan goes up there. Engineering. Science. I don't need science right now. Security. Okay. First things first. I need medical. Don't have medical. I should use an engineering so that I can start to clear this off because this is getting pretty bad up here. I have 4 dice trapped and I want that card. Let's see. Oh, let's see here. Engineering, security, clear. Oh, okay. So I will use this security to clear one of these sensors, so I get another die back. And I think I'm gonna let these sciences just come back and not worry about it. So right now we're doing okay. I'm not too super concerned about this. So that was deployment. We are going to return our crew dice to quarters, which we just did. Discard completed missions. My mission is still going on because I rolled no command that time. I was hoping to get some command, but I need to get some dice back before I'll probably be able to do that. Discard completed events. Both events are still going. Claim completed deployments. I have none. So we go back up to the top to deplete reserves. Now I only have 4 dice, so this makes this interesting. Oh, sorry, I don't get to do that yet. We go down and we trigger M event, so I have to draw an event. Okay, what's this one? Roll a crew dice. Place a token on the corresponding crew station. This station is blocked. So let's do this one. Roll. 1 engineering gets blocked. So 1 engineering is blocked. Okay. That's annoying. Okay. Let's move down to roll call. So let's roll these dice and let's hope we get 1 engineering. We do. Okay, cool. Oh, good. And our whole turn is pretty much security, which will probably be okay, but we will get out of control real quick here. Okay, so first things first. I definitely want to place this up here to finish off that card. Oh, I never even drew another deployment. But ooh, that's a really hard one. So I got that card now completed, so I'll get all those 5 dice back at the beginning of my next turn. Right now, security clears off scans. Scans are stuck. So I'm going to use 1 for 1 and 1 for 1. So that way the whole thing's cleared off, so at least I'm good that way. So now next turn I'll have tons of dice, so hopefully I can deal and mitigate with a bunch of this, or move forward with my diplomatic crisis problem that's going on. So I did that. I returned... I did all the actions, so return any extra dice. None. Discard completed missions. I did not have completed missions. Discard completed events. Haven't done that either. Claim deployments. Okay, cool. So let's get these all out of here. And let's claim that. So now, every turn, I get an additional engineering. So that is great. This one, if you see, this card over here says... Oh, this one says discard. Oh my gosh. This one says discard on it, which means that when I use it, I have to discard it. But this one I get every single turn, which is why it costs so much, but why it was so good. Which is why I went for it like right away, because I figured it'd be great. Okay. So that was that. So now we go up to deplete dilithium crystal reserves. Refresh mission, we're still good with that. Activate M, so I get another event to come out. This is not looking great. Oof. Okay, explosive decompression. Activate 1 crew dice to sick bay. M, 1 hull damage. So I get 1 hull damage, and this goes to sick bay. So now every time that M event comes up, that will trigger as well. So I need to be very careful with what I do there, and I might start using my engineering, the extra 1 that I get every turn, to heal myself 1 per turn so that I don't get too deep with that. What I'm going to do is I will put a red marker in here so that every turn I can use this red marker. I will move this off and place this there so that way I denoted that I still use that. So if I use this red cube, it won't confuse myself or any of you. So let's figure out how this turn is going to go. So this is in sick bay. Can't touch him. These guys, let's roll them. Let's figure out what's going on. Ooh, I got landed on top. Well, I definitely got enough medical that turn, not that I need it. Ooh, I got the 2 command I might need. Perfect. Let's deploy these before I get too excited and start spending them. Oh, I got no scans. It's perfect. I love it. Okay. And then my 1 engineering cube that I got. Okay. Okay, that's the expansion thing. I was like, what's in this bag? Is that a token? Okay, so I am very concerned about losing my mission. I want to make sure that I'm able to do that because command is always the hardest thing to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these two on here. I have to. It's my best move at this point. So then that moves that down so that I completed the influence stage of this mission. I think that one of my guys here will come in here to move him out of sickbay. So now my medical dice will heal a crew member. So that's good. I have 2 left. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this one to get one of my die back because more dice is definitely better, which is why I did this one because this is instant engineering die like all day. Science. I can raise or lower shield. So that doesn't do anything for me here. I might token on one of the scanner stations. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to put my engineering one here. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to go over here, put my engineering one over here, and what I'm going to do is I have 2 security. Oh no, they go to engineering. I forget that I thought 2 dice could go to anything, but it's 3 dice that go to anything. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna complete this one. That's gonna be my best bet, unless I wanted to keep him over here in sick bay, and then I can stop that. I think I'm gonna leave him in sick bay, and the other one that I signed to my quarters to release him, I think I'm gonna put it down here. I think it's better for me to get rid of M actions because of how powerful they are in this game. Okay, so that's cool. I complete 2 of those. I complete this to go to the next one. And these 2... How do I want to do... Hold on. I'm going to think about this. If I put this in one of these... Yeah, I want to clear out my engineering. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in the engineering spot. And then these 2 will become an engineering. So flip. Oh, that's right. I can't do that with this. There it is, engineering. Place it on top, grab them both, and it's going to go down here in that spot. So, because that card's going to get cleared, so both of those dice will come back to me instead. And so Scotty's die will be placed here and stay there. So that's the deployment of my dice. Oh, the roll call, the deployment. Okay. Return extra dice over here. There are none. Discard completed missions. This mission is not completed, but it did end up moving to the next stage. So we only have 1 more yet. And I got to look up what that means in the rulebook because I don't know what draw 1 means in what context. Is that draw a new mission, draw an event? We'll find out here. Move to completed events. I completed 2 different events. So this was a die that was locked, and I needed 2 medical, which I completed. So this goes away. Also this one, which is explosive decompression. It needs a science, a medical, and security. So these, boom. So this goes away as well. So that was a really nice cleanup, and I've gotten this on its way of being completed. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Claim completed deployments. I have not touched those at all because that's a lot of command using up there. Move up to the top, deplete dilithium crystal reserves. Okay, I'm about the midway point. I should be a little bit beyond my halfway in my card right now, which I am. I'm in that last stage, which is nice. Refresh mission. Mission, it does not need to. Activate M. So I will grab out the next event because we love events here. 2 damage, discard. So 2 damage is strictly to the shields. If it said hull, it'd be straight to the hull, or if it said shields, would be to shields. But that's just damage. So it goes to shields if it's up, then to hull. So that was a really easy one. I'm fine with that. That's just fine. I gotta leave this guy over here so I don't accidentally pick him up. Okay, now I need to actually look at the rules here to find out what, because here it says threat, assign THR to scanners, which I don't know what that means. If filled, trigger an event and clear scanners. I don't know what THR means, so I'm going to look that up right now in these rules. That's set up. Let's move to number 2. Crew stations. Let's look up what scanner does. Shield track, hold down. Your track, mission phase. Okay, it's on the next page. Okay, threat. Threat rolls must immediately be placed on the scanner crew station. These dice remain in place until all available scanning stations are filled. When this occurs, the assigned crew dice are returned to the quarters. So that's threat. Assigned threat. Oh, okay, so that just means threat. There are any additional threat results still to assign. These are returned to quarters. So let's see if we can figure out what that first card meant that we were trying to figure out. Clears. So it says the clear sensors action clears 2 threat. Oh, okay. So we can put that back on top now that we understand that the THR means threat. That just means 2 of these. Just instead of taking care of all of them, it just gets rid of 2. So if we ever get any of these up here, which are reroll crew dice during the crew status other than threat, this card acts as an additional crew station. Ooh, that's awesome. So if I ever have any overflow, that's a really good card. I like that a lot. Okay. So we activated the M and took damage. Roll call. It's roll call time. Okay. So I don't get my extra Montgomery Scott die because it's been allocated over here. So let's, ooh, that's some good command up there. So let's do threat first. Threat always gets applied first. Security, command, medical, engineering, and science. I've been really lucky that so far I haven't overfilled any slots. I've been really, really good with that. Okay, so I think that even though I really want to do some of these up here, which I will probably do this one eventually, right now I think it's in my best interest to work on some of these. So command is the command symbol here. These guys are really good because they can do any job. So I could use this for the science. I could use this for the engineering. I'm not going to because I have science and engineering. But they're very valuable because they can do anything, but they're very good. So I think I will use. Oh, I need to figure out what draw means. I didn't do that yet. Because now I know what threat is. Event cards. Deployment. Winning or scoring. That's not what I want to know. I want terminology. Okay. Okay. Those all say draw event. I know this is gripping, me looking through the rules. Super gripping stuff going on. Development. Oh, gotcha. Development, draw one. Wow, I wasn't even paying attention to that it said development. So in other words, I need to finish one of these. So that means when I draw development, it'll trigger the end of this. So that makes sense. Development, draw one. That makes sense. So I need to get a development into my hand. So if I would have waited to complete this one, I could have triggered it then. So I was not paying attention to that. So that probably set me back just a little bit. Okay, cool. That just means that I have to get one of these. So I'm going to focus on that soon. Okay, so first things first. I am going to use, even though I want to use one of these now for there, I'm going to use it here so I can get my security back. This will clear off this engineering spot for me, which make things easier in the end. Then I will use the science and the engineering that I have to clear off this one. So this scan is not as prevalently dangerous. I'm going to use the medical crew to heal my person in sickbay. I will use one security dice to remove this scanner. And I'll use one command and place it up there for this one. So hoping to get more dice because now all my dice should come back to me minus this one. I will use this to repair hull. So I go up by one. And security, I can't do anything, so it stays there. Now I'll do the cleanup phase. Return crew dice to quarters, so this guy goes back to his quarters. Discard completed missions. I'm not done with the mission yet. Discard completed events. These events are done and completed, so these go back to here. That event is cleared. I get my die back from Scotty, and this is cleared. And then claim any deployments. I have none that I'm doing, so that is complete. So now we will drop the dilithium crystal reserves. Mission still does not get refreshed, and we activate the M, which is draw an event. Okay, Raiders event, 1 damage, so shields will go down 1 more. I have to put 2 security in to finish that off. Not a crazy big deal because it's just 1 damage to the shields if they're up, or hull if my shields are down. But since it only takes 1 science to raise them to max, I am not too worried about it at the moment. Okay, that's that. Now it's deployment, or roll call and deployment. So rolling time. Okay, so I got engineering, and I would get this for engineering, but that, oh, no, sorry, that is gone, and so is that. I forgot that those got cleared when I cleared out those missions. So this goes here. We go red, security, 1 scanner, 1 command, 1 medical, 1 science. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to use a security to clear out a scan. I think I might use the other security for this because I can't use it for anything else that I need or want right now. Maybe I'll just grab this development since there's 3 of them right here, and I could just claim this one. Add 3 crystals. That wouldn't be bad, so I could use that later as a good way to go. I will assign the command up here because I need to get that command back. Get on that spot. Eh. And then okay, that would be 3 healed up. 2 don't do anything. 3 can change. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Wow, this took me a little bit. Okay. Science. I'm going to use that to raise my shields, so I'm maxed out. I am going to use 2 security. Wait. If I go there, I get that. I can get that. Then I don't. Oh, do I want to clear that first or not? Yep, okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play this here and play this here, and security will get rid of the raiders while I have the amount of security, because that's a good thing to do. What I'm going to do then is I'm also going to send my engineering up here and go engineer, engineer, engineer. So that way you know what, I should make this bigger. Let's make this guy bigger, because he needs to be just like the rest of the dice, a little bit bigger. Okay, so I have my 3 on there, so that completes that. And right now, he's not doing anything. Medical, I think, is super useful as the game goes on, but at the beginning of the game, they are very not useful. Same thing with science, but deployments as well as certain missions and certain things that happen can definitely cause that. Return crew dice to quarters. Discard completed missions. Oh, okay. So I completed that, so I will be drawing one, but not yet. It works really weird, and you'll see how this works out. It's kind of odd. So discard completed missions, then discard completed events. This event is done, and this goes away. Then claim completed deployments. So here we go. I get these back, that back, that back, that back, and that's mine. And then I don't get that one yet, but a new one comes out, which triggers this to happen. So in this case, it's really kind of weird because it happens at the end of the round. But when it comes back around, I still get this over. But the mission is complete. So this is the weird thing. I don't know how this works timing-wise. I'm assuming that because it wasn't completed during the right stage, because it completed after I claimed a development, because that's when I drew one. So I drew one this turn already, so I already completed that. So when I go down there to get rid of, but I think it stays out in front of me for one more turn. So this goes down. I activate an M, which is, what's this one? Decision in the ranks. Decision in the ranks. Crew dice may not be left locked in. Ooh, okay, so I need to finish that command now. If I don't, it gets pulled back, and that was all a waste. So that's not good for me. So it's roll call time. So let's roll these and see what we get. Whoo! Okay. Scanner and scan. Boom. Medical. Science. Engineering. Oh, that's engineering. Why did I put that in security? Engineering, security, engineering. Okay, so what we're gonna do is right now engineering is useless to me. So security can take care of itself, but engineering becomes security, but I have nothing to do with it. God, that's really tough. Okay. So maybe my 3 engineering will become something themselves, but I'm going to do this first. I'm going to go here and that'll complete this card, which means that they're not left locked in, meaning they won't stay from round to round, but because I'm completing this at the end of the round, it'll still trigger for me, so it stays there. Let's see. I could use a security to clear the scan, but if I don't, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. 7 won't do anything, 6 would. If I could, yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use this security to get rid of the scan. I'm going to use this 3 engineering to become roll. Can I place it on the side? Yes, 6. Okay, I can do that. That'll make it a little bit easier. And I'm going to do the same with these dies. Put it at a 6. Put those on top. And so I just made 2 security piles. Or not security piles, command piles. So I made 2 command piles of dice, which will have completed that. So I feel pretty good about that one. Okay, so moving from here, I reported them and deployed them. Now, return crew dice to the quarters. There are none left to send back. And this happens at the end of the round. So after the cleanup phase, this would trigger. But I get to discard missions. This mission is complete. So it gets discarded. So I'm going to pull this off to the side. And this mission is finished. Yay! We completed our first mission. And which means that we shift to year 2 for the next round. Discard completed events. This event is completed. So I will send this out and send this out, and then this goes back. And then I claim completed developments, which I got a great one here. So this one will act as an additional crew slot. So if I'm ever overflowing, I'm going to put this right here. So if I ever overflow, I get to put an extra die over here. So this goes back, and this one goes back. And we get a new development card, which reads, keep 4 development cards face up. Oh, instead of 3 there. Gotcha, that's what it meant. I'm like, I already have 4 up, but it means up here. Okay, makes sense. Okay, that's kind of cool, actually, and get more out on time. Okay, claim completed deployments. Okay, replenish dilithium crystal reserves. So right now we would normally go down, but we don't have a mission. So when we don't have a mission, it resets back up to 10 because we're going to get a new mission here. Refresh mission. So this is the first time we get to do this. So we get to grab the mission and refresh it in. So let's look at this card. So we get to observe a planetary phenomenon. M action, draw an event. And we got now 5 different things we have to scan. We have an event happen. We do transport. Then we do we influence, and then we deploy. So this will be a fun one. Okay, so that's that. Activate M. So let's figure out what event is going on. Shields down. Shields cannot be raised. Ooh, that's not good at all. And that's bad because that requires 2 science, and so does our first action. So let's hope we get a lot of science. And by a lot, I mean 4, because I have an open spot here for anything I want. So let's roll. And we got no science. Oh, 3 scans. That's brutal. Year 2 is not very nice to me. Oh, man. And no security to draw them back either. Ugh. That's just gross. Oh, we did get a science. Okay, well, command can be anything, so that might become science. We shall find out. Okay, the scan, man, that worries me a lot. Okay, shields cannot be raised. That's really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my first engineer on that. Then sorry, I'm in the deploying phase. I skip past the development phase because I jump right in because I'm super excited. And also, I will say year 2 has no effect as well, so there's nothing going on there. So we won't have an effect until we get to year 4, which we won't get to today. I probably won't even play through year 2 here. But I might, if people are interested, I might continue on with this game moving forward. We'll see. Because I'm enjoying it a lot, actually. Okay, so I will put a science down here. Even though I really like to put a science there to work on completing that. No, I have to, because that can be 2 science, 2, yes, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna put that there, and then these 2 medical will become science. So that's to 5. So let's go there and put this right here. So I can complete that, but these command can be anything I want. I wanted to use these to clear out the scans, but I'm going to put them over here to be science. So those are my 2 science. So I'm going to put this and put it that I completed the scan. Okay. And I have 2 engineering left, which I'm going to convert to a security. That's a way to do it. These 2 will then be security. And then I will send them back to the quarters with 1 of the scans. That's a way to do it. Thinking. I don't do that often, but man, that's good. Okay, so now we go to the cleanup. Return dice to crew quarters. There are no dice left in the ship. No, there's no crew, I should say, not crew quarters. Discard completed missions. Mission is still being worked on, but I will send back the dice because they are done. Discard completed events. This event is completed. Let's pull off all these dice and stuff from here and put this over here. That should be on the side. Discard completed events. Claim completed developments. I have not done a development, and I probably will not until later. Because, yeah. So that's that. Then we go back up to the top, deplete dilithium crystal reserves. That goes down by 1. Refresh mission, we don't do that. Activate M, draw an event. Reroll medical results once. Okay. Currently, actually, that's probably good for me because I don't use medical that much. But we'll see how that turns out. I might keep that around for a little bit, because that might give us more scans, and we don't want that. Roll call. Okay, we got ourselves an engineering, a security. Ooh, okay, 2 scanners. So I'll show you guys what happens when I finish deploying the rest of my dice with that. Ooh, I got a lot of science. I like that. So, in hilarity enough, right now, the event, I'm going to draw 1 event. So that will trigger that down here. So when I have 4 scans, I don't need a security anymore to remove these. They all come back to the crew quarters, which clears off the scans and makes things be able to build up again. But when I do that, I have to draw an event. So it can be really bad because that happens. Move 1 active crew dice to sickbay. Okay, see, now that makes it dangerous because now I need a medical result. So security, I will move to sickbay because I don't need anything from that. So he just got moved over there just fine. And then this card gets discarded. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Well, I can use the science to get rid of this right away. I could also, what's this one up here? The clear sensor action clears 2 threat. That's really good. And I could get that like now. The medical one though. That's really hard to get 3 science in one role. That's really good, and it might get a development out that I prefer more. You know what? I could use these commands for this. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Unless one of those commands up there is better. Let's see. Reroll 1 crew dice during roll call other than a threat. Keep 4 development cards face up. I don't really need that. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm going to do this. This is way better. Okay, so I'm going to send up my science officers to boost the sensors. And I'm going to send these command officers to deal with the stuff in the medical bay. And that is my deployment. Oh, I have 1 engineering token yet. Can I do anything with that? I can repair hull. There's already repaired. No, he can't do anything, so he's done. Return crew dice to quarters, so that he just goes to quarters. He doesn't do anything. Discard completed missions. Missions still going on. Discard completed events. This event is finished. Oop. This goes away. So now I don't need to worry about rerolling medical. Claim completed developments. So I will claim this one here, putting my sciences back onto the field. So now I will place. Okay, let's see. This and this is ongoing. This and this are not. So I'm going to leave these over here because those are one-time things that I can look at when I need to do something. These are continual stuff that's happening every turn. So I can clear a sensor, a scan, with 2 threat with only 1 security. And this one I get my engineering block. So, and this card gives me an extra slot wherever I want it, whenever I want it. So yeah, that's that. So then claim development, that's what I did. Let's refresh that. 2 engineering for that one. Add 2 crystals to your dilithium track. Discard. So that's actually pretty good. It's a good one to pull up. It's just like this one, but it's 2. And that'll actually be a lot easier for me to complete since I have a guaranteed 1 engineering for when we get to the draw development. So I think I won't touch that until that time comes. So let's go up to deplete crystal reserves. So that goes down. Not refreshing mission. Activate M. So let's draw another event. Explosive decompression. 1 active crew dice to sick bay. Bam. M, 1 hull damage. That sucks. Swear I already did that. But there might be 2 of those in the event deck. I have no idea. Okay. I'll have to heal that somehow with engineering, which I could use my cube for. That's fine. And then now it's roll call. So let's roll some dice. Okay, that could be good. So let's throw that in engineering. We got scanner, we got security, we got engineering, and it looks like we have 3 command. So I will use this command station for this command officer. Okay, so I would have loved a science to raise my shield because that would be great. But I don't have any science. I'm not going to use 2 medical for the science, especially when I have 2 crew members in sickbay. So I'm going to use the 2 medical personnel to bring back the 2 crew members in sickbay. I'm going to use the 1 security. 1 security to pull out the scan because I don't want that to cause problems for me. What I am going to do is I'm going to use this red cube to heal my hull. I'm going to send this down here, and I'm going to send my 2 command to do medical and science duty on this mission. So that was a pretty easy, fast-paced one. I think that looked pretty good there. So now that was deployment. Cleanup phase. Return dice. I have no dice. Oh, I have this one that I didn't use. That's command. Fall back on command. Oh. Dang it. Every time I get it, I hit it again. There you go. What do I want to use that for? I still have that die. Command dice would be a horrible thing to waste. Do I want to assign it to one of those missions? One shield. / engineering. What does that mean? Oh, shields down and 1 engineering. So my shields are down. I'm going to turn this to an engineering. So that is a value of 5, right? No, 3. 3. So I think that what that means is transport. My shields need to be down because when you transport over, you can't have shields up. And then 1 engineering. So I'm going to spend that 1 engineering to move this down. So I transported this turn with my shields down. So that's actually good that I didn't get any science like I wanted. But now next time I need 2 command. So that'll be a little bit more difficult to get. This would have been a better turn for that because I got so much of it. Okay, so let's move down. Return crew. Did that. There is none. Discard completed missions. Mission's still going on, but I can move the die back. Discard completed events. This event gets discarded. Oh, I should probably take my dice off before I try to stack it on a pile. There we go. It's in the pile. Discard completed events. Just did that. Claim deployments. There's nothing for me to claim. Go back to the top. Bring down dilithium crystal reserves. Refresh the mission. We're good with the mission. Activate. So I have to draw an event. Communications blackout. Roll comm results once. Reroll them once. So if I get command, I have to reroll them, which sucks because that's my current mission right now is to get command. So this has to go away now because I won't be able to do that this turn anymore unless I get real lucky. Okay, we're in the deployment step. So, roll. We got some scanners. We got some security to get rid of said scanners. We got engineering as always. Command. Ooh, we got multiple sciences. And we got medical. And it said, reroll comm results once. So, I get to reroll this 1 die. And it's a science. Well, it can't go in here, so normally it would just go back to quarters, but I have this lovely card that holds on to it. So that's beautiful. So now that, let's see. Well, I'm definitely going to use 2 of the sciences for this card because I need to be able to roll command results. I will probably engineering. What would I use? Challenge. What does this one do? Okay, this is what we're going to do here. Because now one of these can clear off 2 of these, that saves up those dice to be used for something else. So I'm going to turn this to a 3, so because 2 of those equal the same. So now I have an engineering. And I'm going to spend those 2 engineering up here to get this event. So now I'll get that, or not the event, the deployment. So I'll get that deployment as soon as at the end of the round, which will be good because this mission might take longer than expected. And if it does, I can use that card. Cool. Okay. Medical really won't do me anything. That's kind of a waste right now. But these sciences, I will definitely use a science to raise the shields. Because that scares me. I don't want to do this. I don't know why I did that, because I want to save that for my last round. What do I want to do with these then? Because right now, yeah, I want to keep this because that's easy for me to get. I want to save that until after I get the 2 command. I have 5 dice. So if I can do... I don't know what I want to do with those. I can make 3 of them into a command, which I can put on, but that gets rid of 3 dice. Oh, that makes it really hard for command to come out. I have a better chance of just leaving them and hoping I get 2 command. Oh, brain decisions. Thought I was doing really good with this, but that's... I feel like I'm just going to waste a bunch of crew this turn. And I might end up doing that. That sucks. Hull's already at full, so that doesn't matter. I wish you could use like 5 dice to block the next event. That would be really nice, because then if you're like, yeah, I don't have anything, at least I can block what's coming up. I guess I'm just going to call it because I can't think of anything to do well here. That's best I can do. I could put a command on here, but that would kill the dice. Yeah, not doing it. I'm just calling it. Okay. Return to quarters. That's 4 dice that were wasted. Ugh. Discard completed missions. Mission is still going on. Discard completed events. This event will get discarded, but these dice go back first. I feel like there needs to be a bigger spot here for quarters, and sickbay needs to be like, you know, just like a spot for a die instead of, you know, being this huge section. Then claim completed developments. I don't have any. Reserves go down for dilithium crystal. Refresh mission. There's nothing to refresh. Trigger M event. Mission event. Reroll science results once. So I can use 1 command for this or 2 security. So let's hope that I get multiple command that I can use. So I'm going to reroll. Okay, I got a command. I got scan. I got multiple medical, multiple science, 1 security, and 1 engineering. And I have my red cube of engineering from before. Okay. So I think I know what I'm going to do here. Because this command is really important, I'm going to put this here. Because I need 2 of them. The other thing I'm going to do is I want to get rid of this. Oh, I got to reroll science once. So I should pull these off and reroll them. So they're pulled off and roll. So lovely. So scanners, security, science. Okay. So that doesn't change what I was going to do. I just would have had better leftover dice. So what I'm going to do is I have 2 engineering here that I'm going to combine together to turn into a security. And these are going to go right here. I'm also going to take another security and place it down here so that this is no longer an option because it says command or those 2. Command is more important to be used for the mission. So I'm going to use the security that's left here to get rid of 2 of the scans by pulling them back. And I have 3 dice here, so I am going to rotate this value to a 6 and use these 3 dice to be the other command for this spot. So that will complete that mission, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Oop. There we go. Okay, so that's the end of my deployment cleanup. I will clean up anything that's over here. I will discard completed events. This event is completed, so these go back. Now I don't have to re-roll my sciences, which is great. Get on that stack. Oh, stack. There we go. I did that. Mission's still good. Claim developments. I didn't do any developments. Back up to the top. Dilithium goes down. So, oh, and these finished, so these go back. I didn't do that. Okay. And refresh mission. It's good. We're on the 5th stage right now. And we activate an event. So it looks like I'll be able to finish year 2 here, possibly, depending on what's going on here. Let's see. Place a token on one scanner station. This station is now blocked. Okay, so scanner is now blocked. So scanners are more dangerous for me because it only takes 3 to trigger another event. Lovely. Okay, roll. Okay, deployment time, roll call. Report for duty. We got science, engineering, medical, command, engineering, security. Okay, wide, diverse option there. So what I'm going to do is I got exactly what I figured I'd get. I have 2 engineering, so I'm going to go there and there. So these 2 engineering can be used to get this development. So when I do that, I'll be able to then draw a new one and replace it, which will trigger this so I can move into year 3. Well, I don't want this to continue to happen. So I think I'm going to take these 2. Oh, wait, I have a command I could use. Do I want to use the command to start working on one of these? 4 development cards during the roll call other than a threat. No, because I have this extra station. I don't really need to do that. It would be nice. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to drop this command up here so I can work towards this goal. I don't know why that says command, but that should be... I probably accidentally rolled that. That's a 3. Okay. This one down here is just a science, and I will use these 2 dice here to place, and the top one will turn to engineering, so I can complete that mission, which will get rid of this. You know what? I think I'm going to do a science medical, and so that's 3 dice, so they can turn to any one, will be this command. So I can complete 2 of those on the same turn. Medical won't do anything, so it is just useless. Return crew dice to quarters. Medical goes back. Everything else is good. Discard completed missions. So I did not complete this mission yet because this triggers later in the turn, so it doesn't happen yet. Discard completed events. This event is complete. I just did that. So no longer do I have a scanner malfunction upon my ship. Then I will claim development. So I got this one, which is a this is a discard card, so I can use that when I want. And this one is a continual. I can re-roll a crew during the roll call step. So if there's something that I would prefer to have before when I'm planning out my turn, I can re-roll one. New development cards get flipped. Okay, I was like, they're all command. Reroll 1 crew dice during the roll call other than a threat. Okay, so that's the exact same thing. There must have been a duplicate of that. Photon torpedoes. Add 2 security to 1 challenge. Discard. That's really nice. We'll see what my next mission is before I decide to get that, because that's a really easy one to get. Okay. So that was that. We go up to the top. Dilithium reserves run down. Refresh mission. It doesn't happen yet. Oh, this would move down. Refresh mission doesn't happen yet because I haven't discarded that, because that happened before. Activate M. So I do still have to draw an event. I was hoping to get a break from that. Whoo! Boom, boom. 2 damage. Klingon battle cruiser. Well, that makes security more useful for that. That's scary. Okay, roll call time. Let's roll some dice. Okay, there's a lot of cocked dice in there, so I'm just going to hit reroll, even though there's multiple commands. There's 3 of them in there. I'd love it. Okay, no command. Scanner gets placed. That's engineering. Medical, medical, medical. I don't think I need a lot of medical. Engineering, and medical. Okay, so I could place that down here if I want medical, but I don't think I do. I have no one in sickbay. There's not much for me to do that way. I would rather have something else. So I'm going to use to re-roll this. So I'm going to use that card that lets me do that. And it becomes a science that is way more useful. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take care of this card first. I'm going to do one of those. Yes. I'm going to use all 3 of these to equal 1 security. And I will use all 3 of these to equal 1 security. It's a lot of dice. I'm going to use this science to raise my shields to max. And I'm going to spend this security to pull back these 2 scanners, which now I realize that this cube shouldn't be here anymore because I finished that over here with malfunctioning scanners. So that's good. Now we go to cleanup since I'm all deployed. Return dice to quarters. Discard completed missions. I did complete this mission, so it will get discarded. Discard completed events. I did complete this event and all the billions of dice that went into it, because that was a Klingon battle cruiser, so all hands on deck on that one. And then claim completed developments. I didn't do any of that turn. Go up to the top. I do not deplete the reserve because I do not have a mission card out. So I do the next best thing. Refresh mission card. Oh, that's an event. This is a mission card. And we move to year 3. Okay, so we got a top secret diplomatic mission. Draw an event as a standard mission action, and then I will travel, influence, event, influence, and deploy. So that's what's going on there. And so right now we just got into everything. I will, you know what, I'll draw the first event. Let's see, what is this? Station offline. Roll a crew dice. Place a token on the corresponding crew station. This station is blocked. So let's do that. Roll. Oh, that was rotate. Roll. Ooh, that hurts a lot. So that blocks that. That's going to be painful. Okay. So that's why I love having this command station down here. Okay. So that's it for year 2. That was 2/5 of the way through the game, because you have to do 5 missions. So as you can see, it takes a while. Some of it being automated on Tabletop Simulator is faster. Some of it is not. So it's it's interesting. I really like this game. I would love to make my own print and play copy. I might get it printed someplace. The dice are the biggest problem, but I could always buy blank dice and cover the outside with vinyl to represent the symbols. But I don't know. We'll see. This is a great game. I really like it. I think it's actually fairly portable too, from what it looks like. It doesn't take up that much space. So this might be one that I end up getting printed and making. But yeah, I really like this game. It was a very fun play. And you guys let me know. Let me know in the chat. Tell me by liking the video or whatever, whether you want me to do the rest of this as another stream, or you want me to move on to something else and I'll play the rest by myself. Because it is a solo game. That's what it's meant for. Also, thank you guys for checking out Gridcannon at the beginning. It is a fun and great game to play if you have no deck, nothing but a standard deck of cards with you, and you're looking for something a little bit more meaty than something like solitaire, or just, you're bored and you want to do something, and deck of card works great for that. So yeah. No, I hope you guys had a great time. I will be probably streaming, I don't know when next. I'm trying to figure out a better day that works for people, because I generally only get about 2 people or so in the stream. I've gotten up to 5 recently, but I've also went all the way down to 0. So right now it says I have 2. One of those is probably me. So I appreciate you being here and watching. So I'll see you guys next time. I'll try to be a little bit more forward with what day it's going to be. So thank